What's up, fam? It's your boy, and you already know what time it is, baby. Hey, look, man, I'm about to give you some option plays to check out due to the fact that there's a busy earning weeks coming up, and man, we already heard that the infrastructure bill has already kicked off. Now, the crazy thing is that I've been screaming from the rooftop about two particular plays over in the Discord, and people are starting to roll with me. And maybe I'm not as crazy as I am. I even released a video talking about how crazy I was. I'll leave it as one of the pinned comments down below about how I thought about the SPY going to 500. And now we've just gotten the infrastructure bill approved. Now, so what do we think is going to happen next is that we don't think that the SPY is going down anytime soon. So we need to be paying attention to how the S&P 500 is moving and what is actually going on with SPY. But this is not even the part of the video where I'm giving you the full-fledged content that I think that you may want to check out. You even got to stay tuned throughout the rest of this video because I even have a bonus selection of options that I think that you may want to check out as well. But looking at the SPY before we even get into the rest of the video, you see it's at 468 currently at this point in time, 467 after hours. We may even see SPY at 500 even sooner than we expect. So this is just something to keep on your radar, something to pay attention to. I hope that you are paying attention to it, and we'll see where it goes from here. It may take a cooling off period, but I think that it's an infrastructure bill that has actually just been passed by the House is now going to run this up even higher. We may see 480 SPY this week alone. I'm just saying. Let's talk about it. Let's get into the plays this week that I think that's going to actually give you a big opportunity if you actually play it decently, okay? So, never take any of this as financial advice. Definitely do your own due diligence. Definitely understand the place that you're giving into, and definitely don't invest money that you're not willing to lose, okay? This is the part that's most important of all because anything can happen in this market. We could be in market euphoria just like we was prior to the pandemic, and all of a sudden something becomes way more serious than it was, and boom, we tank and the market goes down with it. All right, so let's get into the very first play, and the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to give you one play from either the morning bell or the afternoon bell that you can look at, and then you can actually pay attention to it and figure out if this is a play that you actually want to take advantage of. All right, so we're going to start on Monday. The very first play that I want to get out the way is Cody, okay? Cody, C-O-T-Y. You got to put the Y on there, Craig. If you don't put the Y, you don't go where you wanted to go. I think Cody is actually in the uptrend. We're seeing retail actually pushing off, and we're actually getting to a point now where Cody may be actually ready to take off, okay? But I think it's actually set up and primed for a $10 run, okay? So I think here you are very promised at looking at the $10 call for 21 January 2022, which is an 85-cent premium at this point in time. And the reason why I say using the $10 call for 21 January instead of going with the short term for 19 November, what if Cody comes in with less than stellar earnings? It's still the holiday season. They can pick up actually more revenue heading throughout this holiday season as we're in a Santa Claus rally. Spending is starting to come in. Supplies are starting to get delivered. This can actually be higher clips of revenue coming in for Cody, and you can ride this thing out. So if you actually buy, let's say, 2 contracts of Cody, and you actually sell one in the short term because of the great earnings that it had, and it ran to like 11 bucks. Okay, you closed that one, you made good money on it, but then you left yourself a runner where you can actually watch Cody continue to run, continue to scale. Maybe it hits 12, maybe it hits 13, maybe you kick yourself in the butt if it hits 15. But at the end of the day, you're already in the play at an early clip, and if it continues to run up, you're getting that money. Look at the open interest of contracts on Cody for $10 in 21 January 2022. You're looking at 15,000 open interest. That's a big swing for an option. All right, so that's the play that I look at in the morning on Monday's opening bell. Now, a play that I think that actually can do some running on Mondays after the close actual contracts, it's going to be AMC, okay? I'm actually in the AMC call right now for the $38 call for 17 December. These are actually doing quite well right now. I'm up actually 62% on this particular play. If you're over in my Discord, you already been in on the play, you would know that already. But you see last week, these actually increased by 15% just alone on Friday. But that's not what I want to give you today, right? I want to talk about what I think can actually happen here. I think looking at the chart, that AMC is starting to trend back towards that resistance line that I have of 49.07. It tested previously this week $44. I think it actually is in a cooling period right now. If you go out and look at this on the weekly, you'll see that it's actually trying to trend up. And I think that we may be almost ready for a prime pump back to $50 on AMC. It may not happen this week, or possibly it can even run higher than that, and it can get hot very quick. You already know the volatility behind this play, and you already know the momentum that's already involved in this play. So if you're holding AMC options, I would recommend you continue to hold them right now. Never financial advice though, you can do what you want. But what I think is actually possible as well at this point in time, if you're looking at AMC, is that you're looking at the 42 through 45 option chain. Look at the expensive pricing that's on these right now. You're talking about at the 45, that's a $610 contract. At the 42, that's a $710 contract. You got to pick which one is best for you if you decide to get into that play. Now, I'm going to give you a bonus just because I know AMC is expensive in this opportunity right here. But let's talk about Real. So on Tuesday after the close, Real is actually reporting earnings, okay? With Real reporting earnings, I like a couple plays here because this is another retail space that you can actually get into if you don't want to take advantage of the Cody play, okay? Now, Real, I like a couple of these calls. I'm going to give you two of them, right? I'm going to see that you'll look at the $15 call for actually 21 January 2022. $15 calls, $145 contract. $17.5 calls, 80-cent contract, so that's an $80 contract. And then if you want to look at the February 2022 calls, $20 for the February 22 call is 70 cents at this point in time. Look at the open interest. There's 3,400 contracts open there. And if you look at the chart, it's actually just broke out of this wedge. And we're now looking on the weekly. If you look at it on the daily, you got a nice bullish candle that engulfed the last candle. So Real could actually be on the move. Now, this is an earnings play. You don't know what's going to happen with earnings. If you actually get into the play, understand that you can ride this out longer than that and have the patience to watch Real recover if it actually takes a slide back. But if you're in the play now and it's actually pretty early, you can actually see a nice run on this play currently at this point in time. Look at this trend line that you'll actually see on Cody at this point in time. It's actually moving quite nicely, and we'll see how that actually plays out. So there it is. That's the Real. We'll see where that goes. The AMC is the primary play. Real is the secondary play on Mondays after the close if you want to take advantage of that play. Let's head over into Tuesday, okay? So before the market open, a play that you might want to check out of all the plays that I set up over here. It's a few that I have, but I'm only going to give you one. If you're over in my Discord, you will get the full list. So this way that you can actually check out every single play that you will want to actually take advantage of. But right now, I'm only going to give you one. I already gave you a bonus on Monday. So let's talk about it. The one that I want to talk about is going to be Party City, okay? Party City, $9.10 call at this point in time. Now, what you want to look at for this play, if you actually wanted to get in it, you can play it for the short term for earnings. You can get in the $10.70 call at this point in time. That's a $70 contract. That's going to, I think that's a promise in itself. But then also say you want to give yourself a little bit more time, you can actually go over to 17 December for the $10 call, which is a $95 contract. If you went over to 21 January, you talking about that $10 contract is a now $115 contract. And here's the reason why. You want to give yourself time on this play because this is actually a holiday play in my book. Now you want to see Party City come in with revenue that you actually take advantage of in the short term, and then maybe you can possibly leave a couple runners out there for that to actually run out past January where the market feels enthusiastic about where Party City could be at, and you can actually take advantage of that play. So that's just something to actually watch as well. You got engulfing candles coming in. Look at this stair step that we actually see what's going on with Party City. So once again, it's breaking it's actually broke through my resistance level before it actually came back and closed below it, but it can actually get ready to run here shortly. So pay attention to Party City. That's all I'm saying. All right, so let's talk about it in the afternoon. What's going on Tuesday? That's a play that I would actually be wanting to get in. Now on Tuesday, remember, we have the likes of Neo, Fubu, Coinbase, Upstart, Plug Power, Dash, and Unity all reporting earnings. Now for me, what I would actually say of all these companies reporting earnings on that Tuesday afternoon is this Plug Power. Okay, I will look at Plug Power here. You see that's actually on a downtrend coming back down here to the 12 EMA. It broke through the 5 EMA at this point in time on the day chart. But if you give yourself time, you can actually probably take advantage of this play. Now remember, this is an EV sector play. Even though it's dealing in hydrogen, it's not dealing in electricity. It's still the same type of play. Now, look at this run up prior to Friday. What this play was, it was actually moving quite nicely. So to me, it still is in play for me. If you actually look over on the weekly, you'll see if it ever decides to load. Okay, don't know why it's taking so long to load, but let's go back. Okay, there we go. Now we got the weekly. You see it on the weekly. Look at how this move is still making. You look at this candle. We're starting to see a nice push here, and we're still pushing back up towards the top of this wick. So for me, what I will look at if you came over to the option chain on Plug Power is that I will start with the $40 call on 19 November. Okay, $40 call is a $178 contract. Then if you want to take it out even further, you can go to the 17 December call for the same $40. That's a $310 contract. And then if you went over to the $45 call for 21 January, that's actually it's going to be a $277 contract. Something to think about, something to consider, something to pay attention to. So those are the plays for Plug Power. Now let's get into Wednesday. Wednesday is before the open. Man, it is actually a slow day on Wednesday when it comes to the option plays that I see that you can actually take advantage of long term. So what I want to do is I'm going to give you one that I didn't talk about in the earnings week video. I'm going to talk about this right now. It's going to be Pfgc. Okay, this is the Pfgc company. You're going to do your own research on this, but this is a company that I looked at today that I feel that's reporting earnings that you may be able to take advantage of. Looking at it on the day chart, it's actually trying to make a stair climb up. It's actually trying to recover back up past its previous little quick high that it had. And if you look at it on the weekly, you'll see here that it's actually sitting on a bullish engulfing candle right now, as the last candle was actually a downtrend. Now we're seeing like another uptick into the uptrend. Be careful here. Be careful here, but this is a play that you may be able to take advantage of. Now you look over here on the option chain, what you will see that I actually think that you may be able to take advantage of on this option chain is actually going to be, we go down to the actual November 19 option chain, go over to the actual $47 call. $47 call is a $125 contract. Look at the open interest, 6,400. Do your own research. You could probably make money on this play, or you could actually lose money on this play because it can actually go down if the earnings is not great. But if you give yourself time, you can actually take advantage of it, okay? So this is how I talk about that. That's 19 November for the Pfgc. Just because I gave you this one, I'm going to give you another one just so you can pay attention to it too, because maybe this will probably be a prime pump for you as well. It's Pfgc, okay? I'm going to give you this one. Performance Food Group, okay? Now on this is a bonus. This is a bonus. I repeat, this is a bonus. You'll see $50 call, $185 contract. Look at the open interest, 5,100 open interest, okay? Looking at the chart, you'll see on the weekly, you got this nice candle that's actually trying to go somewhere. Then if you look over on the daily, look at the stair climb that it has. Look at that bullish engulfing candle. This may be a better play for you than obviously the one I talked about before, Pfgc. This is why you need to be a part of my Discord. I'm doing this type of level of research for you, and this is the type of things that I'm going to be bringing to the group each and every week as the group grows and expands. I hope people like me will bring more things to people like you. So let's talk about this a little bit more. Let's talk about this a little bit in detail. Use that first link down below in the description where you can join my Discord, and man, you can be in all these plays with me. So that's another bonus. So I already gave you 2 bonuses already in this video, and you still got to stay tuned because I got an even bigger bonus for you at the end of this video. This is why you got to watch some of these videos all the way through. Now let's talk about another one. Let's get over into what's going on at Wednesday after the close. Which company am I looking at between Affirm, Beyond, Open Door, Tattoo Chef, Givo, Blend, and Spartan? What all these companies? We got to pick a company today that we're going to actually talk about in this video. And currently, what I'm going to give you is Givo. I think Givo is promising, right? I think Givo is promising, and I'm even show you why I think it's promising at. So right now, we're sitting on this red candle. We're starting to downtrend back towards that 5, the 5 EMA along, but it's still sitting higher than the 12 EMA. You look at this bullish engulfing candle on the weekly. This is a nice uptrend. Look at that trend on the weekly. This shows you that it's actually making that push. So now, even though we closed on the red on Friday, now we change that to white, and then we actually go back and we look at the option chain. What I want you to look at on this play is a couple things, okay? You can take advantage of the $7.50 call, 55 cents, which is a $55 contract. Look at the open interest, 15,000. If you decided that wasn't good enough, you wanted to go down to 17 December, you can look at a 7.5 call. That's a $90 contract. Look at the open interest, 1,300, okay? And then even if you decided you want to give yourself a little bit more time. The 7.5 for 21 January has a 7,000 open interest for a $120 contract. And fam, this is an EV play, and we know the EV sector is on fire, and we just heard that the infrastructure bill has been approved. So, excuse me. So what I think is GVO is a promising play. Don't ever say that your boy didn't hook you up with anything, okay? Let's talk about things even more, okay? Challenges is between things like this. You have to pick the time horizon yourself and figure out which play is better for you and your portfolio and your money. That's up to you. I leave that up to you. I give you the options. You figure it out on your own, okay? Let's keep this thing moving, though. We're going over into Thursday. Thursday, before the open, I have 3 plays that I can potentially hit you with, but I'm going to hit you with the one. I'm going to hit you with the promising one. I'm going to hit you with Tapestry, okay? Tapestry, you're looking at it on the weekly. Looking at another bullish engulfing candle on the weekly. If you go over to the daily, man, look at where we're at. It pushed up to my actual support, my resistance line of 43.63. It almost broke through it, but then it came down just a little bit below it, right? So now we're in this level, and we haven't been in this level for a while, but now we're back, and I actually like seeing Tapestry at this level. Now, I think Tapestry can actually do themselves some justice here in earnings, but it's not about the earnings. That's what I want y'all to get through y'all head. Earnings is 8 November this week, right? That's the week of earnings. What I want you to think about is the long-term swing of this potential play. Could this potential play actually make money for you? Look at 36.54. If you would have bought Tapestry down here, look how far you can be up right now. You're talking about over a $6 swing, already a $7 swing when it hit the $43 mark. But let's talk about Tapestry a little bit more in depth. Let's look at the option chain. Looking at the option chain for Tapestry, I'm gonna give you a few options here that you can actually take advantage of. So let's go over to 17 December. You got a $50 call here for 60 cents, okay? It's only 3 people in it right now. 3 contracts out there. Then you got 47.50. That's a $100 contract. There's only 6 contracts out there right now. If you was actually go over to 21 January actually has the $50 $50 call out here for $105. There's 266 contracts out there, right? Now, here's the thing I want you to pay attention to. You got to pay attention to the bid-ask spread. Make sure that you're paying attention to that. You want it to be as tight as possible. So that means that right now, you see this gapping up on this. It's actually 20-cent difference between the bid and ask for the $50 call on this contract. But if you look at the 47.5, that's a 15-cent bid-ask spread on this 1,800 contracts. So the more Tapestry rise up and some of that volatility catches up with, these contracts are going to get tighter and they're going to get way more expensive. So sometimes being early to the party means that you have to kind of deal with the bid-ask spread being a little bit further apart. And so I just want to answer that question before some people get out here and say, Craig, you're giving us some that's a high bid-ask spreads. That's the reason why I'm letting you know you can pick your own option chain to deal with the play that you want to be in. That's where it is at. Okay, so let's talk about Thursday afternoon. I didn't see any contract that I liked that I would actually want to present to you, so I did not provide you with any for Thursday afternoon. Now, let's talk about the likes of what's going on Friday. Well, there's only one company that I like on Friday, and it's Astrazeneca. So I'm going to talk about this one here, and I'm going to even start this for my own knowledge right here, okay? So, put it on the watch list. Now, we're going to talk about Astrazeneca here. So, let's look at Astrazeneca. We're looking at it on the weekly. Let's go over there. Look at it on the weekly, man. Look how this thing has been beautifully moving since September 24th, where it started its nice run up, okay? Now, we see this nice run up on actual Astrazeneca at this level. You look at it on the daily, you'll see that we're sitting on this nice, this bearish engulfing candle at this point in time. May prove that it may be a little bearish here. Now, here's the thing though, you can actually play this for growth. You can play this for a nice swing. You don't have to necessarily deal with it for a short-term option play. So what is the option plays that I actually have for you? Well, the 2 option plays that I actually have on this particular individual play is going to be 19 November, and it's going to be for a $65 call. $65 call is a 67-cent contract, $67 contract, and you see that it has a 7,000 open interest. Look at the bid ask, 4-cent difference. Man, it may be perfect. But then even if that's not good enough, let's talk about the 17 December 2021 contract. That contract that you can actually pay attention to is the 67.5, and it's a 53.58 bid ask spread, so it's a 5-cent difference. 18,000 contracts out there, fam. 18,000. Something to think about, something to consider, not financial advice, just something to think about here. Okay, so those are all the calls, okay? Those are all the options that I'm actually looking forward to currently this week that I can actually swing throughout that I'm giving you. Those are free. The rest of them, I got some exclusives that I'm going to give the Discord fam that they're going to be able to check out, and they're going to even get the ones that I'm actually going to even think about playing the most. This is why you need to be using that first link down in the description to even consider being a part of the fam. Nominal fee. I think it's worth it. Man, you need to check it out. But I am not done yet. I told you I had bonus. I had a bonus for it. I got actually 4 bonus contracts that I have down here that I did not even dispel to you, but I'm only going to give you one. I'm going to give you one, and then, man, if you want the rest, then you got to join the fam so you can actually get the attachments of the other 3. So the one that I'm going to give you right now, and it's going to deal with crypto, and it's not going to be Marathon, and it's not going to be actually Riot. As a matter of fact, I'm not going to even give you that one. I'm going to leave that one for the Discord fam because I want to see how that actually plays out a little bit more before I get down into that, because that's so much volatility and people are going to play that wrong. I don't even want to get you started on that. So let's talk about Tyson Food. We're going back there. TSN. Now, Tyson Food, we talked about supply chain issues in the previous video, right? And how the index of food prices are still going up because we're still waiting for supply chain demand to ease, right? So let's talk about Tyson Food. Okay, these contracts are going to be a little bit more expensive than they typically was before we played this play, but let's just look at it, okay? So when you talk about Tyson Food, I like anything. Let's see, you actually got to be on the right stock first of all, right? So Tyson Food, 19 November, I like any other contracts between 82 and 86. You can pick which one you like. Look at the open interest on the 86. It's a 10,000 open interest contracts on this, right? But some of the others are smaller than that, but you can actually pick the best bid as spread for you, and you can actually take advantage of this play. They report earnings on actually the following Monday, which is November 15th. So this may be a potential swing play for you. Now, I like that play, but then I also like in January 2022, the $90 call on this, which is a 95-cent contract at this point in time, which is a $95 contract, looking at 2,600 open interest on this. Now, if Tyson Foods pushes up to 88, these contracts are going to be through the roof, and it's something to pay attention to. This is why I'm trying to get you to understand. You do not have to play earning calls, right? You can actually get in these plays and make a decision on them well before the earnings report. And then you can actually get into the play, deal with what the earnings report says, understand it, and maybe not even take a position in it until after the earnings report. And then you can still play these plays longer than what they're actually set up for the week of November 8th. And man, you can make good money here. Now, be selective on what you're actually buying in this market, because a lot of these things are running up, and I don't want to see you overextend it in any type of way and blaming your boy for it. What I want you to do is understand, pick 1, pick 2, maybe even 3. And do your own due diligence before the market opens on Monday and understand which one are you going to take advantage of. And the easiest thing for you to do is to comment down below when you've decided on any one of the picks that I've brought to you today is the one that you're actually considering jumping in on, and letting your boy know so how the performance of that portfolio has went for you on that particular pick. Man, I hope that you found value in this, and if you definitely have, come on and hit that like button, and definitely hit that subscribe button too, and bang that notification bell on your way out the door so you can be notified each and every time I drop way more high content like this. And if you have not yet seen my earnings video for this week or the stocks to watch, you need to watch that too, and I'll leave it down here in the attachment for you to actually check out. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Y'all stay safe. Peace.